So hello Benoît. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you first hear about iExec?
Okay, so I'm a computer engineer since the last century now, and I'm working as a developer and after a project manager. And since 1 year, I'm looking at blockchain stuff. I've begun with tradings, and after looking at mining and developing software on the blockchain. So I follow a course over the internet made by Siraj Raval. He's a well-known YouTube addict who share his knowledge. And I've also looked at cloud computing over the blockchain, mostly for mining, because I'm hoping that using high-end GPU to solve big problem will be very profitable for miners, more than mining for the blockchain. And that's how I discover iExec. And when Siraj asks for a project in the course, I thought about iExec to work with it to show how it works. And it was very easy. I was surprised by the fact it was easy to develop cloud over in a decentralized way.
So what are the most interesting features of iExec for your own project?
It's really the fact that we could deploy any Docker container or image, because it made it very easy to deploy any software over the blockchain without needed to modify it to specifically adapt to a solution. iExec really execute your Docker container in a decentralized way, but you don't have to figure out how it works. You just have to put the container on Docker Hub and launch it in iExec. You just have to be sure that your container automatically run your program and that your program provide a file that exec could use to do the proof of computation to be sure that the worker has really executed your container. And it's really benefits the versus other solution that focus more only on a specific tasks like deep learning on a learning model or rendering a 3D model. iExec is very generalist, so even a professional project that nobody think about it could be deployed on iExec.
Can you describe Decentralized AI, the project you're working on right now?
Yes, it's quite a proof of concept to make AI decentralized, because right now AI is really in the end of Facebook, Google and so on, and Amazon, and we don't have for open source software, we don't have the cloud computing power that Google have, and iExec could be a solution for it. So that's what we have tried with this project, and we used the project that called Mask RCNN, who do semantic segmentation of an image to make the contour of everything it saw in the image. It's people, animals, smartphone, laptop, handbag and bike, cars and so on. And it's a well-known algorithm, and it's quite easy to, it's not easy to install on your computer because you have to install TensorFlow, Keras and so on. And having a Docker image that you could use directly over iExec is a cool thing. We even look at decentralized training using open mining with another blockchain project that focus only on a trading model over in a decentralized way. But they are focusing on the training and on the anonymous usage. So you could train a model over the internet and without people training the model, knowing the model, and without people providing the data, sharing the data to other people. It's very privacy centric. And so we imagine that we could train a model that way and after deploy the model in iExec to allow anybody to execute it easily.
How easy was it to explore iExec and its features in the beginning?
Yes, I begin my training with iExec with the Katacoda tutorial, which is really convenient because you just have to follow the step and it's executing in a VM directly in your navigator. And it's really a good way to begin with iExec. So because you will see every step to launch an application. That's really the way I begin with it.
So that was like the first step. And apart from the tutorial, like after the tutorial, you feel like you can do what you want to do, exactly what you want to do, or there was some other steps. I don't know.
It's quite good, the tutorial. After that, I have to play with the SDK, and the documentation of the SDK show every possibilities of the SDK, but it's not act on a step-by-step way. It's you have every entry of the API, but you don't have the order on when you call it.
Yes.
For that, it's in the tutorial.
Yes, I see.
And what I've worked, the team of iExec also helped us to build the proof of computation because it was something that was not documented at the time we built it. And so they are very accessible through the Slack channel. It's a great way to talk to the team. So that's how we achieve it. It was not really easy every day because we begin the development just when iExec launched V2 of the product.
Yes.
So we have to...
Special timing, huh?
Yes, we have to talk and change, but it's working quite well, despite the fact we are just the first team to try to build an application on the new version.
Yes.
To what types of projects do you recommend the use of iExec?
I think iExec is good when you need EV computation, or not so EV, but for example, if you are building a decentralized application and you need to compute something, you couldn't do it in the smart contract because you are limited by the gas cost. So iExec could be a solution, even for small computation things. And if you are not working on a decentralized application, you could also use iExec for more heavy computation. Maybe you have deep learning training or big data task, or every computing task like rendering 3D object, or like video encoding, batch image computation. Everything you have, you need computation power, you could use iExec. What you couldn't use it for is to store a website and allow, because the container is executed, it could access to the internet, but it's not accessible from the internet. So it's really reserved to computation task. But it's already vast opportunities.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Benoît.